Hi guys, it's me. Happy Cinco de Mayo. It is, of course, May 5th, 2014. Hail Mary to all of you. As, of course, I'm at the Soup Kitchen today. And, unfortunately, by the time you get this video, lunch will be over. So, I can tell you right now, it says on the board that it's supposed to be a type of omelet, as I will show you right now, where it's sitting right here on the wall over here. And, so you can see what I'm talking about. And right here says omelet eggs with vegetables and meat, home fries, cake. And they moved the salt and pepper for you if you come in here. It's located over here in the serving window. So right now that's what time it is at the time of the video. It's about just about 3 minutes after 11. And so, that's where we're going to be going. This week coming up on the 7th of the week of May, we will be getting our hair retouched again. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing it twice this month or just once because of, well, I bought the stuff for the computer and everything on the tape drives and the parts like that, but, you know, I'm a little concerned that we might be running on empty soon because of the fact that I still gotta go grocery shopping to get some produce and a big bag of cat food and things like that. Usually shopping trips I spend about $50. We were gonna go to BG's Wholesale Club in Torrington and price check, but you know, I don't really know if we're still going to be doing that or not. Me and my case manager, excuse me, have not yet confirmed our plans. So, I mean, I'm just concerned that I'm afraid to go to BJ's and then find out that I'm going to have really very little money to spend because it is a wholesale supplier of, you know, produce and things like that. You can get big boxes of stuff. And for me, that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you like to play it. Anyway, the tape drives will be here probably by Friday. And we're going to be doing some experiments with them, some unique opportunities, because I was able to get 5 inexpensive Magnus 2.5 cartridges for animation for the SLR4. This SLR5 reads and writes SLR4, so it won't sit there. What we're going to do is we're going to take those tapes and record a raw MP3 stream onto the cartridges and then put them into the drive and play the stream from the tape drive. Kind of like a little bit more modern version of a cassette mixtape, except of course it would use the Magnus 2.5 gigabyte cartridges to store more music. There was a lot of people on Reddit that wanted to know if that would actually work, and I'm just as curious as they are. I think it would be kind of awesome to see if it does work. Of course, we also are going to be using it to back up a hard drive that is on the way out the door. It's having hard drive mechanical problems, and this drive with mechanical problems when I got it secondhand, so it's not really a new issue. It is a 250 gigabyte ATA hard drive. It's right now it's the biggest hard drive I have in the system, but because it's clicking, something tells me that it's not going to last much longer. So what I'm going to do is while I still can, I have it unplugged right now from the computer because it's an external case. I'm going to see if I can use some of the tapes to back up the important stuff and get it off the drive, and then I can throw it in the skip and be done with it. And because when you start clicking and it's a Western digital drive, that means trouble. We talked about it many years ago, something called the click of death, referring to zip drives. Well, when you get a click of death on an IDE hard drive, or any kind of format, SCSI, ATA, serial attached SCSI, whatever, you might as well just go ahead, back up the data off the drive, clear it, and just throw the drive in the garbage. If you're really concerned about your privacy of your data, I'm not really so much worried about that. You can actually trash the drive. You can smash the circuit boards. You can destroy the platters. Whatever. But I don't think you have to go there normally. Actually, my Cheetah 73 gigabyte did a perfect military grade destruction when it scraped all the magnetic recording material off the platters when it crashed. It had a bad head crash. I'm not suggesting you should do, leave a clicking drive in your system, because that's guaranteed for disaster. Another situation that is equally almost as bad, and sometimes it's a little more deceptive, is the bearings of a drive can seize up too, and when they do, the drive gets really noisy, and if allowed to continue to run like that, because there's no oil place to put in lubrication into the bearings, the drive is just going to seize up, and that's going to be into you. And so again, you get a loud, noisy drive that sounds like a coffee grinder, then I definitely would back it up also. That's what I'm going to try to do as well. Next month, we'll be buying the LTO1 tape drive instead of LTO2. As it turns out that the LTO2 is going to be too damn expensive for what little money I have. I got a great deal on a nice LTO1 drive for about $19.99. And a 10-pack of LTO1 tape cartridges. LTO1 holds 100 gigabytes native, 200 gigabytes compressed, which is going to be a great thing for us, because if all our hard drives are staying under 80 gigabytes, 73, 80 gigabytes, I'm not going to buy anything bigger than that. I've already decided that. I've excluded that possibility. I'm going to stick with things 73 gigabytes and smaller, because anything bigger than that is waiting for a disaster to happen. I don't care how good your tape backups are. Doing multiple tape cartridge backups is a pain in the ass, and I'm not in the mood to do it. I've done it in the past over in Cary Hill Alley, but those tapes were only 250 megabytes each, uncompressed. So obviously I would rather stick with a drive a little smaller than the tape. Not so puny tiny that you can't do anything with it, but if you go a little bit over the tape too, that's fine. But you want to try to find something that matches the storage to the backup medium that you're going to use. Right now we're using the Magnus 2.5 SLR 4 tapes, and so we will really, ideally, we should replace all of our hard drives with 2.5 gigabytes to 5 gigabyte drives. Well, excuse me, I'm not going to do that. Okay, there's just got too much stuff to do that right now. So we'll just leave the hard drives as they are. By the way, if you ever try to find a nice, inexpensive 7200 RPM hard drive on eBay that is standard 68-pin wide SCSI, I'm going to tell you that if you try to find 7200 RPM, forget it. You're not going to find it. I can find you 10,000 RPM Seagates, Cheetahs, but then they are the older drives, and they are, of course, they get very hot, and that can also shorten the life of your devices as well. I'm actually surprised that the Cheetah I had lasted as long as it did without getting thermal meltdown, considering the fact that it was in a box that had very little airflow going over the drive to dissipate the heat off the drive. But we'll see what happens with that. We also got to be buying some heatsink grease and some zip ties for us to reattach the heatsink properly to the Dell Dimension 6500 motherboard, and that will be coming up soon. All right, so I'm going to let you go, and you have your nice day. Don't forget to get out and play for an hour a day. Bye-bye.